Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Oh, man. Get everybody in here, man. Get everybody in here. And if you are in here and you have not subscribed, get your ass off our show. You can't watch this if you've not subscribed. I feel fine saying that to our listeners. Because it's an easy task. It's an easy ask, and it's an easy task. Click.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to do much.
Subscribe. Click. You know, we will have a members only today for our members.
We will?
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless you got stuff to do. Okay,
kidding.
cool. I was planning on doing that. All right, we've got 2 shows today, the members only. And then we have our free one right now. And in order to watch our free one, all you have to do is literally watch it for free. But all we ask is you subscribe to this thing because we're approaching a milestone with subscriptions, which I want to talk about here in a minute.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Check your phone. Did Jerry West get died?
Looks like it.
Damn.
Hang on one second.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do, Mr. Austin Gambler.
Mr. West is in the building. That's a different West. Did the logo get dyed? Looks like he did.
Damn.
But things have been said on Twitter before that
Right.
ring untrue.
If
Yeah,
it goes
looks
to
like it.
if did TMZ report it?
Until TMZ has
when
it.
TMZ
yeah.
reports it, then I'll roll with it.
Woj has it. That's credible.
Yeah, Woj has it. We'll roll with that. So rest in peace to the logo. Just couldn't. That's crazy. We all got to go. I know his son is married to the great Michelle Wee. Tough day for the West. And tough day for the NBA family. I know you saw the Celtics. They're wearing the Walton cutoffs with the tie dye.
That's good stuff.
You know, Boston also they represented for Bill Russell. So I would think once the Lakers get the coach and the season gets started, they'll do it might be a league wide tribute. I don't know how much more tribute you can get. He's on the jersey, but
right.
You probably put something on there. Lakers probably league wide when you're the logo.
It's official. Jerry West has passed on. Jerry West has entered basketball Valhalla. I have said this before. We talk about the greatest coaches of all time. You know what we failed to do a lot is just rank the greatest basketball people of all time.
Just people?
Yeah,
What do you mean when you say people?
Well, because Pat Riley never gets mentioned among the greatest head coaches of all time. I don't know why. He should.
He doesn't.
But what he did, not only has he
Miami?
won championships in multiple cities,
Right.
he has won championships in multiple cities as the general manager and the president of basketball ops. Since he turned the thing over to Eric Spoelstra in Miami, they haven't missed a beat. They're still one of the elite franchises, go to the finals every few years, even with him just the GM.
No, Jerry's had his imprint on a lot of different teams. You know, I know it's
Jerry the same. Jerry was kind of it's almost what Pat Riley has become, but Jerry did it before him. Great player, championships as a player, go into coaching, go into managing. And Jerry, most known for managing, obviously, but Pat Riley did everything.
I think Jerry was like 1-8 or 1-7 in the finals. The Celtics gave him hell.
Boston.
Had Will Chamberlain. He also, as a player, I feel like he, like Michael Jordan, benefited from us not having social media. Because imagine, you know, with people like me, Mike, if LeBron was 1-7 in the finals. Hell, he's won 4 and we give him shit. So, but Jerry didn't play in the social media era. Now he played in the print era and he took his heat. But you know what he did executive wise, you know, the eye to say, hey, you know what? I like this kid out of Lower Merion. I know he's only 18, but I know I have Eddie Jones. I know I have Nick Van Exel, but I'm gonna take a chance on this kid that grew up in Italy and then played in Philadelphia, and I'm gonna take him with the 13th overall pick. Him deciding to move on from Shaq because Kobe was about to leave, which ended up being the right decision. Shaq went on to win another title in Miami the next year, but if you're talking about just over the next 6, 7, 8 years, just Laker lore, he made the right decision there. Had his imprint with Golden State, Memphis, Clippers. Like, he's had his imprint everywhere. But I think the one that stands out to me the most because it's in our backyard is when he was able to pull off the trade for Pau Gasol and how it pissed Pop off something serious. Pop was livid because Jerry had ties to Memphis, fleeced Memphis for Pau Gasol, sent him his brother Marc Gasol, which ended up going to the Western Conference Final. It ended up being a pretty good trade for Memphis when you look at the draft picks they got and what Marc Gasol turned into. But as Pop said at that time, like, I can't believe the league allowed this. You just shifted the West, and sure enough, they go on to go to 3 straight finals and win 2 of them. So that one stands out to me the most because it mattered to me.
Don't be hating the don't hate the player.
It mattered to me.
Hate
Yeah,
the system.
So, yeah, man, Jerry West, man, the logo.
Damn sure wasn't the first time the NBA got involved on a trade that they wanted or didn't want.
Or didn't. Chris Paul should
have been a Pelican years ago, right?
Or Laker.
No, a Laker. He should have been a Laker.
But David Stern all of a sudden grew a conscience and was like, no, that's not fair. Like, what?
Right. The Lakers are always they're the marquee franchise, and no doubt when they're good, the NBA's more fun and better, and they had Showtime and all that. They've had all these great players, but let's be frank here. Them bastards have benefited from where they are geographically.
Yeah.
They don't draft nobody in development.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
don't do that. No, I'm not trying to poop on
No,
Jerry
I mean,
West.
when you look at it, Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell,
game.
Lonzo Ball, like, I could just go off those 3 alone. Right.
I would love to be a franchise. I would love to be a show that's so successful. We just go get what we need.
Right.
To hell with drafting and developing. That's too hard.
Right.
Let's go get instant gratification now because of who we are.
Could you imagine Roger Goodell? Jerry Jones pulls off a trade for, I don't know. I mean, at the time, Chris Paul was in his prime. He was
right.
And Roger Goodell says, no, that's not fair.
Right.
We're not going to allow you to do that.
Right. But Stern did it because the Lakers always do that.
Yeah.
And Stern was like, this is getting ridiculous with L.A. getting what they want. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. This has just come down ESPN. Jerry West, the Hall of Fame player executive who was the inspiration for the NBA logo, has died at the age of 86. The Clippers announced today he was consulting them.
86 is a full life, no?
Oh, my God. That old man, he lived a few lives. West was the 3rd player in NBA history to reach 25,000 points. By the way, he was 1-7 against Boston, but at no time was his team the better team, to be fair.
Well, him and Wilt shouldn't have lost that many. Wilt should have won more than 2 titles.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Was an all-star every year of his career.
Of course.
Led the Lakers to the finals 9 times and won it in 71-72. After his career, West found title success as an NBA executive, building the Showtime Lakers of the 80s that won 5 titles in that decade and overseeing the formation of the Shaq-Kobe tandem. West stayed for just the first title in 2000 as the Lakers went on to three-peat. He became an advisor for the Clippers starting in 2017, helping to engineer the breakup of the team's Lob City core that led the way to the signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Wow.
West was a 2-time All-American at West Virginia, where he averaged 24 points a game, helped the Mountaineers to the 1959 NCAA championship, also teamed with Oscar Robertson to lead the U.S. to a gold medal at the Olympics in Rome in 1960. A lot of guys would be upset about that. When Kobe died, it's a clip that I've watched a few times on YouTube.
I'm listening.
Then they had the TNT show had all the guys. They did a special show on an off night from the Staples Center,
right?
Center Court, and it was all empty. It was just the guys in chairs, and they had when Jerry West came on and was a guest. Man, he had everybody teared up. Jerry was sobbing. That's Jerry's son.
Yeah,
Kobe.
And keep in mind, before that, he was able to get Shaq out of Orlando. That was just the start. Eddie Jones, that was a great pick as well. And then he went and got Phil Jackson with their own record.
That's what the Lakers did.
They
Credit
hated
Jerry.
each other.
He was the king of the trade.
Yeah, Jerry West hated Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson hated Jerry West, but they made it work.
Mm-hmm. Well, Phil Jackson winds up hating just about everybody.
Phil said Jerry just wouldn't speak to him.
Phil Jackson.
Or Phil wouldn't speak to him. I don't remember. Whatever.
Phil Jackson's the common denominator in all of his failed friendships.
You think so?
Yes.
So you feel like Phil's the problem?
Phil was a winner, but got along with nobody. You ever known anybody who
Mike loved him?
All of their friendships end?
Him and Kobe hated each other for a minute, but then they linked back up.
Mike loves him because Mike's just like Phil in that all his relationships end sourly as well. You ever known anybody like that? Every single one of their relationships ends
I know a few people
with
like that.
negativity, whether it's a wife,
And what's crazy about it, Mike,
friends, colleagues.
normally this person doesn't know it's them.
Correct.
They don't know is that they're the problem.
Right.
Yeah, I know
Until
a few
later
people like
on
that.
in
Like,
life.
dude, like you lost 6 friends in the last 3 years. Like
Yeah.
6 close friends in the last 3 years, but it's all their fault. Like,
Right.
no, that's 6.
Right.
That's your 6th friend that hates you in the last 3 years, bro.
Right.
It might be you.
Who are the best NBA coaches ever? Go.
Pop, Phil, Pat,
Yeah.
Larry, Brown.
Yeah. You
I'm gonna
give
throw Spo in
Nelly
there.
credit because he won all those games. Never won a title, but he won a bunch of games.
See, Lenny Wilkins and Don Nelson, I peeled with them in the same
Lenny
boat.
won one, but
Lenny
it was
won one, right.
50 years ago.
Should I throw Red in there?
Red Auerbach, you have
I
to.
have to, right?
Yeah.
Like I got to throw John Wooden in there.
And how come we haven't said? See, Jerry West did it as an executive. Just basketball.
And
people.
those are different though.
Pop's a
Like
director of ops.
I don't think John Lynch could be a great coach, but he's proven to be a great executive for
You
the
just
49ers.
said Pat Riley's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
For
Yet he's
sure.
been a GM for 15
I
years
know.
without coaching.
I know.
That guy, again, Pat Riley never gets enough flowers for what he's contributed to the NBA.
I agree with that.
Yeah. They should
And he
name
went to
the
University of Kentucky,
And
played
won
with
a
Adolph
title.
Yeah, so Pat's just a winner. He's just a winner, man.
Mhm, absolutely. Man.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. And Jerry was probably married to a pretty lady. So Jerry West has passed on. All right.
If was a 5th, we'd all be drunk, Bernard.
What's that?
If
Was a 5th?
If
Oh, okay.
Dez would have ruled as a caught. I mean, we could if to death. We could if ourselves to death. If I,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
I always put Pop ahead of Phil. And it's for this reason here.
Oh,
And my reasoning on that
shit.
is this.
All right, I'm listening to this. Give me.
Okay, let's go down to
Nobody. First of all, nobody in the chat, nobody listening is going to disagree with you. We are in San Antonio. Everybody's going
How
to
you gonna
agree.
call everybody out as biased
Because
like that? There might
that's
be
what
some
they
Phil
are.
people.
Bullshit. Go ahead.
I would have said this had I never left Dallas and never moved to San Antonio. I think Pop's better than Phil. Here's
At
why.
what?
Coaching. Here's why.
All right.
Phil ran the same system his entire career, period. If you couldn't run the triangle, you couldn't play for Phil, period. It's all he did. He and Tex Winter only ran one offense. Pop has proved to be malleable over the years. Pop has changed his offense. He's had to. He went from an offense that spent 15 years built around a 7-foot center, power forward. Then he had to, because Tim got old, then he had to build the offense around a swingman named Kawhi Leonard. And now we're back to building it around this. And now we're in this new era. Phil never coached in this new three points and a dunk era. And Pop has had to adapt to that. And now we're about to see how he adapts around Victor Wembanyama. I'll tell you what. Let's go get
ahead.
Pop.
You can
Let's go
finish,
get
and I'm going to
Phil.
give you my take.
All right, let's go get Pop and let's go get Phil. Let's hop in the car and ride down to the HEB. Pick one. I don't even care what HEB you want to pick. Anyone in town. We're going to stand there. And the first 10 men that walk out of the door with their grocery bags, we're going to pull them over to the side, and we're going to have Phil and Pop pick them. Well, I'm going to give Phil the first pick. Pick this dude. Let Pop pick 5 randos coming out of an HEB, and have Phil pick 5 randos of his own, and then they play a street game. Pop's guys are going to win.
Okay.
Phil was a great manager of massive stars and egos.
And this is what I'll say.
And he deserves credit for it.
He does deserve credit for it because that's a art in its own. I will say this. Phil could have won with Tim, Tony, and Manu. Pop would not have been able to handle Shaq and Kobe and that bullshit. He
We'll
wouldn't
never
have
know
won with
that.
them. And we'll never know about the HEB guys.
You're probably right, but we'll never know.
And we'll never know about the HEB guys either. But Pop would have been like, well, we're trading all of you because I don't like any of you motherfathers. I'm sick of all of your egos. Screw all of you.
Yeah.
Pop wouldn't have been able to deal with Kobe traveling back and forth from a court case.
But ironically, on the court,
But Phil
Kobe was
Phil would have
everything.
won with that team. Phil would have won with the Spurs.
Ironically, Kobe would have done everything Pop asked him to do on the court. You take away the Colorado shit.
Stick your cock up her ass.
You take away the Colorado stuff, and Kobe was the model employee all the rest of his
Before that, we thought he was a choir boy. Yeah, and I don't know what happened in that room,
and remains so afterward.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in that room, but it's the great debate. Mm-hmm. It's the great debate.
I know. That's it. That's my take.
But neither one of them
could X and O better.
Both of them have proved that without stars, they don't win anything.
Who can? Who has? No one. No man alive can go win an NBA title without stars.
Rick Carlisle won with only Dirk.
Well, Jason Kidd was a Hall of Famer.
But he wasn't a star at that. He was a star when he was with the Nets. He had Jason Terry, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler.
Pretty good guys. Pretty good
J.J.
group of dudes.
Barea.
Well,
Does
I don't know
Pop
about
win
J.J.
with that
Barea.
team?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Rick Carlisle probably doesn't get enough flowers. He's underrated as a coach.
You think so? Mm-hmm. He also has a bad reputation for, like, when he just doesn't want to coach a guy, he makes that guy look bad.
It ended poorly in Dallas with Rick Carlisle for sure. Anyway, look at them all arguing now over stuff we'll never be able to prove. That's good.
That way to go, Mike.
That's what we do. Hey, man, guy dies.
Way to go. Way
All
to
right,
take
let's
San
get into the
Antonio's
show.
side. Get them on your side early this morning.
It is Wednesday, so let's do some punching, shall we? It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday. Presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kill, the official family lawyer of In the Building and Love You Hard TV Network. It is Orlando Kill. Who you punching today?
I want to punch state inspection guy that takes his job way too freaking seriously.
Okay. Did you go to a little?
Yes, I went to a little I went
drive-through?
and got my oil change, Jiffy Lube. I won't say which one. My tail light works. It's fine. There's a small crack in it. Small in the red part. Oh, we can't do it, man. That the water could get in there. Dude, if a cop does pull me over that, he ain't gonna be like, what Jiffy Lube did you get this? What Jiffy Lube passed you? Bro, was it a bad day for you yesterday? Do you hate life? Like, why? And now it's in the system, right?
Yeah.
Like when they don't pass you for something, they put it in the system. Now the next place that wouldn't have gave a shit, now they can't because it's in the system. Like, dude, yeah, now I got to go and, like, it's a pain in the ass. Like, it's a state inspection, bro. First of all, that shit is a robbery anyway. Inspection, registration, all that shit's a robbery. Registration, especially. Inspection, okay, I get it. We don't want people on the road, their cars don't work and it cause accidents. Okay. But, dude, you're stop.
So how did it end? Did you just leave?
No, he didn't give me my damn inspection. He didn't give it to me.
Did you have to pay a fee for him to look at it?
No.
Okay.
No. But now, like, it's just bullshit. Like, dude, just say, oh, man, hey, man, I see your little tail light. If you do get pulled over, just make sure you tell them this happened after you got my inspection. Like, you don't have to take your inspection job that serious.
Right.
Like, blinkers work, the tail lights work, the windshield wipers work, the brakes work.
Right.
All the shit works. And you're going to come after me for a small little crack in the red part when the tail light fucking works? I'll pay the $1 because I'm pissed.
Well, that state inspections are going away at the end of this year.
Is it the registration or state inspection
Inspections are done starting
Inspections.
January
So it is.
1st.
So then I'm right. It is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bull.
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, like, just change my fucking oil and give me the fucking state inspection so I can go get the fucking registration.
Which will be your last inspection ever.
Like,
because
dude,
they're
what
going
are
away.
we doing?
If you can hold out till January, you might as well just hold
Like,
out.
what are we
Hold out,
doing, dog?
So if a cop pulls you over right now and your inspection's expired, you're going to get a ticket? Is he going to give you a
Yes.
pass? Because, hell, they're going
He
away
ain't
anyway.
giving you no pass. It depends on the police officer. I couldn't believe. I looked at him. I just looked at him, and I was mad that I had paid him for an oil change. Because had I known he was going to do that, I wouldn't even got my oil changed.
Did
I'd
he
have been
change the oil, at least?
Yeah, I got my
Okay.
oil change, but I'm mad I gave them my money.
Yeah,
and
but
like,
he's
dog,
probably got some manager on his ass.
taking
Do
your-
not pass anybody with a light out or anything like that.
You taking your job too serious, bro.
Yeah. You went to
And
a Jiffy Lube?
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock anybody because I do all types of jobs, but bro, no police officer is gonna pull me over and say, I can't believe you got your state inspection. Who gave you this state inspection with this small crack in your tail light? I want to know the Jiffy Lube's address. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
They ain't gonna pull you over unless the tail light's not on.
Thank
They
you,
don't give a
LG.
shit
Right.
about a crack in the tail light.
Dude, I'm mad as fuck. That's $5. That's $5.
Your cracked ass windshield should have got you
Thank
failed
you.
way before that.
Thank you. That's been fixed. But yes.
Oh, you fixed it?
Yeah. I got
Okay,
that
good.
fixed. But
Okay, good.
dog, you taking your job. Like, it's like the person raising their hand at the end of meetings. Bro, we just want to get the hell out of this meeting. Put your damn hand down. no one gives a shit about this job that we do. No one cares about us. Like Nationwide, a meeting lasts an hour and 15 minutes because y'all are asking questions about the system. Just hang up on the people that call like
Was this
I
a
do.
young guy?
Mid-30s.
Okay. Sounds like he should have been an accountant rather than a Jiffy Lube employee.
That's what I get for going to. But see, Jiffy Lube's literally 2 minutes from me. I get my old.
Is there not like a Los Tires number 8 you can
There
go
is.
to?
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
what I
find
get.
a mom and
That's
pop
what I
shop.
get.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Yeah.
For going with the convenience. I know I should have went to Rodriguez.
I use Quick Car Care Center, which is run by a bunch of Koreans, and I've been using them for years.
And guess what? Then they just pass you.
Oh, they passed me with all kinds of shit.
I'm going to need to know the
Yeah.
name of that place.
I got you. It's right on O'Connor and 35.
Dog, I was hot as fish
The
grease.
Parks. Go in there and meet the Parks. They're
But
good
I kept it professional.
P-A-R-K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but
Koreans.
So punch the
I'm
guy.
going to need to
that's-
get the name of the place.
Yeah, punch guys that take the state inspection job way too serious.
Okay, cool.
Punch him in the nuts.
All right. I want to punch a man who has been an entertaining human in the month of June
Great athlete.
throughout my life.
Great athlete.
Great athlete.
Is it? You consider him an athlete?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I mean, because that
Me too.
requires training because he's also extremely health conscious when he's not doing competitions or practicing.
Okay.
You have to be or he would have died now of salt poisoning as much as he eats. I want to punch the greatest competitive eater of all time, the great Joey Chestnut. He has been banned from the Nathan's hot dog contest this year. How many times in a row has he won the thing? He's the Boston Celtics of the 60s and 70s. Kobayashi was Jerry West, and then when Chestnut showed up, wasn't nothing he could do because there was a new,
Kobayashi was a
monster.
beast, though.
He was a beast. Kobayashi just retired the other day. He's like, I'm worried that I've done irreparable damage to my body, and I'm done. I can't do this
makes
anymore.
sense.
Fat!
So Joey Chestnut
What
has
happened? What did he do?
retired. No, not retired. He's been banned from the Nathan's hot dog eating contest because he got hooked up with a vegan sponsorship. And the Nathan's hot dog rules and regulations specifically have it written, no vegan sponsors. They can go get all the NILs they want, but you can't be a vegan. You can't rep vegan companies and then come eat our hot dogs. Which, by the way, fuck off, Nathan's. Why not?
How about
why can't he
you
do
should
both?
be punching both of them.
Well, I'm punching Joey because he knew the rule. It's like these kids that get popped for PED. Dude, you know you ain't supposed to take horse tranquilizer. Maybe we can agree it shouldn't be banned because I don't think most of the things that are banned, I don't think should be.
I agree with you.
But you still knew the rule. You have world fame because of our contest. No one knows Joey Chestnut because he's the all-time leading oyster eater or tamale eater, which he is both, I believe.
Oh shit!
He's famous for
I'll
the hot
challenge
dog.
him with tamales.
He's famous for the hot dogs. Nathan's made him famous. We have one rule. Don't hook up with, plant-based bullshit, and he did.
Well, then, so how does Joey? Okay, if Joey can't compete in Nathan's, then the money that this plant-based company is giving him, it does them no good because now he's not on any platform.
Correct.
So he screwed himself unless they're
did.
gonna do. But a vegan would never do that type of competition, even if it is Impossible Burger. So what does Joey? Does Joey give the plant-based the company their money back and go back to Nathan's?
Well, and that's what's being they're hashing that out now. So as we speak, according to the most credible news source in America, TMZ Sports, Chestnut's people right now are in negotiations to try to get out of their deal with that vegan place. Joey has let it be known that when he's not competitively eating, he's straight plants because he's scared he's going to die of a heart attack when he's 60.
So why would Joey sign this deal if he knew that?
Don't know. He's not commented at all. This has all just been reported. So according to TMZ, it says, here's the deal. We're told that Jaws did, in fact, Jaws is his nickname.
Oh, God. That
Jaws did, in
such a
fact,
douche name.
ink an endorsement with a plant-based food company to promote its vegan glizzy product,
Glizzy.
which is a major no-no with Nathan's famous
I like that you
and
said
Major
glizzy.
League Eating.
Give me
There's a
some.
league.
Give me some. I'm glad you said
Thank
glizzy.
you, sir. Major League Eating. That's the sanctioning body that
MLE.
works with Nathan's. As competitors are prohibited from partnering with rivals. As it stands, Chestnut cannot compete at the contest in Coney Island on July 4th if he goes through with that sponsorship. Why is this such a big deal? This comparison was made to us. It's like if Michael Jordan went to Nike and said he was going to sign a deal with Adidas at the same time. It wouldn't make sense. But if something were to change on Joey's end, like if he were to back out of that contract, it would pave the way for him to go ahead and to defend his dominance here in 3 weeks. So Joey's apparently trying to renegotiate with this vegan company. Just play dumb. Hey, I didn't know it was against the rule. My bad. I never would have signed that otherwise. If they don't let me participate in Nathan's anyway, I ain't doing nothing to promote y'all because it don't do any good to have me as an endorsee because I'm famous because of Nathan's. We think about Joey Chestnut one day a year, and it's at the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest. And if he can't participate in it, Joey goes back into
It's no
he
good
becomes
for
just another
anybody.
cockroach in the country. Yeah.
Go ahead, LG.
I would say punch Nathan.
Yes.
Because they're known for doing this. They banned Kobayashi in 2010. The whole reason Joey Chestnut became a thing because Kobayashi wouldn't sign an exclusive Nathan's deal.
That is right.
So they banned him from the contest.
That was
So
controversial.
they
too.
wanted him. So he was like, you
yeah.
can't sign with Sabret.
Yeah, you can't be a ballpark sponsor when we want you to sponsor Nathan's. You can't compete with us anymore.
Well, then up his money if you're going to want people to be exclusive. Then pay Joey more. Pay Kobayashi more. Like, if I want you to be exclusive, if you want to be the exclusive.
But it ruins
anything-
everybody's credibility. Like, I can't go bring in another family lawyer. Orlando's our guy. Right?
Yeah, but that's different.
How's that different?
Because Orlando's not running a contest. Like, he's not running the platform, the only hot dog eating contest that matters.
All right, that's true. That would be like if that's like, let's say, Slackers. They decided to go get another podcast team in town
They can do that.
and then tell you and me we can't
We can't go get a bar.
we can't do anything at a bar in another town.
And you know
There
what?
might be
And
some
we're- and
legalese there.
We're nice with that because perfect example, you dealt with it. I dealt with it at Sports Star.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was me, I could have LG Plumbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Sports Star didn't give a shit. I'm endorsing LG Plumbing, but you can endorse Ellie Mae Plumbing if you're my co-host.
Right.
They didn't give a shit. Like,
Right.
hey, you have your exclusive rights are with Rudy, not with the San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, it's like
You
the
see what I'm
Sports
saying? So,
Star
like,
saying, hey,
it's a fine
none of
line.
our hosts can promote anybody but LG. Plumbing.
Right. No, that means like if you, Mike Taylor, you can promote Ellie. Even though we have a show together, you could do Ellie Mae Plumbing, even though I'm doing LG.
What makes
Plumbing.
this funny is it's vegan hot dogs he's promoting.
And those are fucking nasty.
Terrible.
And I'm all for it, trying to be a little bit healthier. Like, hey, okay, cool, but some of that impossible shit is nasty. Some of that impossible shit's impossible to digest.
It is. Yeah.
Just go
eat plants.
Just go eat plants.
Just eat fucking vegetables and fruits. Because we try to circumvent everything.
Right.
I don't like broccoli. I'm gonna go eat bacon and eggs. Just fucking eat turkey
Hey,
bacon.
Tell me, serious question. Why are some vegans fat?
Because they don't exercise. And they eat a bunch of shit you're not supposed to
Or
eat.
they not vegans behind closed doors? Because remember Prince Fielder?
Probably that.
Well, vegetarians are more. I see vegetarians that are fat. That's because they can eat French fries and shit, right?
And cheese.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I'm like, but see, that's my thing. If I'm still gonna have a shitty body, then I'm just gonna eat what I want.
Right.
Like I think it should go hand in hand. If I'm gonna starve myself from fried chicken and pork ribs and shit, I should be skinny.
This is already well documented. All right. Look,
All right.
everyone's different.
Help me out.
Everybody's metabolism's different.
Okay.
Our inheritance is different. The body we inherited.
True.
But at the end of the day, it is about moving your ass, not eating so much.
And working at a calorie
It's not
deficit.
about just what we eat. We've talked about this before. Americans eat too much. Doesn't matter what you're eating. It could be healthy. You can't eat 40 of them. Hey, I'm going to get sugar-free cookies, but I'm going to eat 17 of them in a sitting. Your body's not equipped to handle all that shit in your stomach.
Yeah. This
We
whole
eat
four,
too
yeah,
much.
the
It
whole
don't matter
4 times
what the fuck. But move your ass. Don't eat so much. And when you do, try to keep about 60 to 70% of everything you put in your body plant-based. But you have to have protein.
Kale, there's protein in kale.
Some. But yeah, for sure. You need protein. A lot of these vegans don't get enough protein. And that creates a withered body. I'll be 50 this year. It's important that I maintain the muscle that I have because I can already tell it's harder to. I can't build. I work out pretty good, but I would if I were 28. The way I work out now at 28, I would be more cut.
You need TRT to build like.
But I'm not doing that.
No, I know. Well, you can do TRT through a doctor and they put you on the right dosage.
If I needed it, if it was
what I'm saying is after 40,
living.
it's tougher to build muscle.
Right, and
without
enhancements,
enhancements,
it burns easier for sure. So the point is, move your ass. Don't eat so much and eat healthy.
Yeah, when did we start doing the 4 to 6 meals? Because the Vikings and the Native Americans, they ate once a day.
Right, because they're out hunting for
But you know what?
shit.
Even me, I've tried it. It's tough because of my body's so used to eating all day.
Same.
But they only ate once a day.
This helps.
I have one too.
So you've got one too.
It's the result of massive advertising campaigns.
Is that what it is?
Breakfast is the most important meal
Which
of the
is
day. It was a
bullshit.
huge advertising
It was.
campaign.
And we
back
bought
in the
in
day. Yes.
with no facts, LG.
Yes, just like diamonds are forever. There's a whole bunch of them. Yes.
Right.
Great point.
Matt's in here. LG Plumbing, laying pipe from San Antonio to Canada.
Ruben, our guy.
Yeah.
Ruben, that's our guy. Cafe
Don Juan.
He said Oreos are vegan. I call bullshit.
He also
I've heard
says
that.
Nancy
I've heard
Reagan's nickname was Jaws also. Okay,
You know
Ruben.
what?
God
Why would
almighty.
you
Here we
read
go
that?
again. Because it's funny. This
Try
goes.
not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot.
No, you got to be at a calorie deficit. Even if, no matter what the calorie is.
That's correct.
You got to be at a deficit.
That is right. I'm going to have wheat toast. Okay, cool. Don't have 7 slices.
I'm going to have avocado toast.
It
Okay,
is
don't eat the
about
whole loaf.
proportion
Right.
and portion size.
Portion. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's-
Anyway.
Okay, Jesus.
Your health update
All right.
brought to you by In
The
the
law
Building.
office of Orlando Kell. Kell sounds like kale. Therefore, if you want to be healthy, get Orlando Kell to
Hey-o.
represent your divorce when you're married. Get ready to
Hey-o.
divorce that bitch. Call Orlando Kell at 210-775-4995 or email him directly at orlandokell@gmail.com. orlandokell@gmail.com.
You know, one thing I do regret, though, on this whole health, since we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was first diagnosed with type 2,
Right.
they were giving me Ozempic for $50 a month, which is
Wow.
like $1,200. After 2-3 weeks, I had way too much diarrhea. Didn't make me feel good. But
it's
I wish I
illegal to
would've-
smoke pot.
Right.
Okay. Here's
But
a bunch of fucking pills.
I wish I would have kept my prescription because I'd be a pretty good drug dealer. I'd be selling that shit for about $750 a month.
Yeah.
I
have
told
some
them, they were like,
experience
sir,
in
you haven't, they were like, hey, sir, you haven't picked up your prescription. I'm like, I'm not coming back. I should have just kept it and sold that shit. But is that illegal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rudy, one time.
I can go to jail?
I mean, depends on how much.
Orlando couldn't got me off if I would have got caught like
He does
Ozempic
does
dealer in San
divorces.
Antonio.
He may
Oh,
know
okay.
somebody.
I should have kept that damn prescription. I'd be rich, dude. I might go back and get that
I had to
bitch.
have oral surgery one time on my mouth,
Yeah.
and they had to put me under, and I was in pain. And I woke up with gauze and shit all in there. I needed to take a day off. I took 2 days off from the show years ago. It's probably like 2012, 11. And they gave me a big bottle of Vicodin for pain, but I didn't need that
You
shit.
could sell that
and
shit.
I didn't want to take it. I had a full bottle, 50 Vicodin in here.
You didn't want to get addicted.
No, I don't want to take that. It's too strong. You know, I took ibuprofen and then slept and rested and fought through the pain. I wasn't a pussy about it. I fought through it. Wasn't like I got my leg shot or I had my hand amputated. I had a little oral surgery. I'm not going to take a bunch of
Was it
fucking
like wisdom's
Vicodin.
pulled?
No, it's when they had to go put bovine bone in my gum. I have cow bone in the back of my mouth.
I can tell.
Have I told you that? You can tell. No, I had early on stage gingivitis, and so I was losing bone like
Okay.
underneath the roots and shit. So they had to go in there and supplant lost bone with bovine bone, cow bone. I
night.
have cow bones in my mouth.
Good night.
Anyhow, so it was
Talk
a big.
about having chops.
Oh man,
Damn.
I eat like a
You
champ.
can open the Dos Equis with the back of your mouth.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. My fault.
I
Tell
got
you
you
to
know if we ever got in a fight, don't let me bite you. You're gonna lose anyway. I didn't want these Vicodins, so I texted a buddy. Hey, dude.
Oh my God, you're a drug dealer.
I'm
working with a drug
You know
dealer.
anybody that'll just buy these? He's like, what do you want for them? I'm like, I'll take 50, I don't know, $1 a pill, $50.
It's actually $7 a pill.
He's like, well, I didn't know. I'm just trying to get rid of them. And so within 10 minutes, he texts me back. I got 7 people that want to buy them. God.
People are addicted to that shit. That's why I asked you didn't want to get addicted, because that's how a lot of people start.
So I went and gave my buddy the bottle. He gave me $50.
No,
cash.
I can remember.
He probably upcharged the person he sold them to and made 20 on the deal. That's fine.
2012, 13, I may or may not have known somebody that was selling them $7 a pop.
Damn.
And don't get us some Adderall. People lose their mind of Adderall because it curbs your appetite and it keeps you alert.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Adderall scripts, you'd be rich. Hey, I don't sell. But I might go back and get that Ozempic.
Mike has that bovine tongue too. Shit. I know how to work that tongue.
You know what?
Hey man,
Let's
I'm
move
5'9" white man. I only have so many gifts, and I've used them.
Same.
I've had to use them.
Same.
All right, it's time for that entertainment news.
Now, live from In the Building, a guy's favorite segment, Mentertainment. My God, there's 2 of them now. Here they are, Rudy Jay and Mike Taylor.
LG don't do shit. As we've learned the hard way, he ain't doing bullshit. Speaking of pill popping, the noted Canadian singer, LG, Celine Dion, is in the news.
Poor thing. I feel awful for her.
Says one of the tougher parts of her stiff person syndrome, for those that don't know, she has stiff person syndrome. I thought you called that just resting bitch face.
Biatch.
Mike, she has a complication, bro. Come on, dog.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. If I don't know, do I get let off the hook?
Yes.
I knew she had it. So this battle with SPS includes having to fend off addiction to the dangerous doses of Valium she was taking to continue to perform. She couldn't perform without Valium.
Valium, is that equivalent to like Propofol, like what Michael Jackson was on?
Massive depressant.
Like brings you down.
Like, yeah, suppressant. Like suppresses your over-the-top anxiety and bullshit.
Okay.
Can't smoke weed, but we can take this shit by the bushload. Okay. Celine opened up about her health journey.
I'm gonna need you to take the smirk off your face while we're talking about somebody that has a serious complications, dog. Shit.
Oh, fuck her. She's worth $500 million. If I'm going to have to sit up here and talk about rich people every day on this show, I'm going to bash their ass. I'm not going to give them any humanity. They're just a bunch of dancers from Dance For Me. Dance and sing. I saw Celine Dion sing in person once. She was incredible.
Vegas?
Central Park. Outside.
Central Park what?
New York.
Oh.
In Central Park.
Oh, shit. That's pretty cool.
It was cool. Opens up about her health journey.
I thought you meant Central Park Mall. I was like,
No.
when did Celine Dion perform in Central Park?
1973. She was 5. Hoda Kotb had a sit down with her and revealed that she was prescribed Valium as a way to treat her. It's a neurological disorder. Valium is used to treat anxiety, muscle spasms, and twitches. And she has all those with this conundrum she's got. Says she took it to ensure her live shows would go on and didn't feel like she could do the shows without the dope. So the issue, as Celine puts it, is that her body built up a tolerance, and at one point she was taking 90 milligrams a day. And what she didn't realize was that was a near lethal amount of that medication. So she's had to wean her body from it.
You see, that
pills, man.
But see, you know what that's crazy
Pills
to me
are
about
terrible.
that? To me, if I'm her, I tell my team, give me a 50 milligram indica brownie.
Right.
Give me because to me, right? Am I wrong on indicas?
Get stoned.
Indica is like the one that brings you down.
Indica couch.
So
That's what LG taught
give
me.
me a 50 milligram indica brownie.
Marijuana.
before I'm doing this gosh damn volume.
Amen, brother. Amen.
At least see if it worked.
Need weed to be federally legalized.
It's just your state that
Circumvent
you
these
love. You
dumbasses.
love this damn state.
It ain't just this state. It's all these other
How many
fuckers.
states are left, Mike?
Well, all of the SEC.
Who'll be last?
Us.
But you love Texas.
I also love my mom, and she's highly flawed too, Rudy. That's all I can tell you on that. Boy, is she ever highly flawed.
What you say about my mama?
Dude, you're Marshall Mathers-esque with some of your mom takes. Like, y'all love y'all's moms, but y'all throw them under the bus. Eminem was that way.
Hey, man.
My name is.
Let's just say when I was 5, I went to live with her.
I didn't mean to trigger you.
When I was
bro.
5 years old, I got sent to live with her.
Okay.
She was 15 when she had me. She wasn't able to take care of me. She wasn't able to ever take care of me properly. So at 5 years old, I went to live with her. And I wound up, thank God, going back to my grandmother at 13. So I was with Grandma Becky from 5 to 13. That was a big-ass mistake. That set me back. It's fine. We're fine. She had no business having a child.
Yeah, it's tough.
None. All right.
All right. What else in entertainment?
According to TMZ, once again, the noted Latina star Jennifer Lopez has accepted and come to grips with that Ben Affleck is totally done with her. And she has listed their Beverly Hills home for sale.
Anything for Selena.
$60 million, right?
Something like that.
You know, I love me some J-Lo. My wife and I, we're
Do
huge
you?
J-Lo fans, but at some point it might be her. Remember what we just talked about with the friend?
You're the common denominator in all of your problems.
She might be the problem. Now, what's the chick that got fired from The View? The blonde chick who was rude as fuck.
Oh, was it Hasselbeck?
I forget her name.
Tim Hasselbeck's old lady.
She said that J-Lo, when she came to The View, she had way too huge of an entourage. She said she had the biggest entourage she'd ever seen, and that she was very, very unpleasant. She said Kim Kardashian was much nicer, a smaller entourage. And she said, you know what, if J-Lo, if you're going to do a 10-minute sit down, suck it up and fake it till you make it.
Right.
But that J-Lo was very unpleasant to The View when she came through.
And you know this bullshit reason she canceled her tour last week?
Who?
J-Lo.
It was probably ticket sales.
That's correct. But what she said was she's heartsick over losing Ben.
Well, that is true.
Bullshit. Ain't nobody buying tickets. If she had sellouts, she'd be doing all the shows saying, this is therapy. But they didn't sell out, so now I'm heartsick. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, we're not-
Puerto Rican.
we're
She ain't even
not-
a real Mexican.
We're not going to J-Lo bash.
There was a bullshit response. Just say, hey, no one's buying my tickets. I'm washed.
She made Selena hot.
Both of these people need to move on.
I said it.
I ain't saying that. Ben Affleck and J-Lo, they needed to move on. You know, this is a class. These two, it's a classic example of people just can't live well enough alone. Okay,
Why get married? I don't
Exactly.
understand. Just be together.
right. When Affleck fucked up, went back to her.
Well, this is what they say, Mike.
He knew she was toxic.
They say if you love it, let it go. And if it was meant to be, it will come back to
Yeah,
you.
he just addicted to that butt. Here's what happened. He's got this beautiful marriage to the great Jennifer Garner.
Oh, God. Will you get off of her tits?
Give me some latitude here. This
Get
is
off
true.
of Jennifer Garner's tits.
He had Jennifer Garner. She's about as regular and normal as you can get to be famous like that.
We don't know her. She could be crazy, too.
Ain't never
Mike.
heard one bad thing about the woman in 30 years of show business. Not one. Not one. So all I can go on is what I know and what I've been told and what I've read. He was in a regular marriage to a good woman with kids, and they had a regular scene.
Why is the white woman got to be better than the Latina woman?
It
Mike?
don't matter.
I'm asking.
I can come up with an example of a black woman who got shit on. I know a lot of black women in this world will tell you, I got shit on too, and I gave that man normal life, and he shit on me.
Facts.
But in this particular case, it happened to be Jennifer Garner, who seems like she's just kind of a generic movie star,
Right.
if such a thing can exist.
She's Tim Duncan.
Right, she's Timmy. That's a great analogy. But he probably got bored. Nanny want to suck a dick. J-Lo's got that big booty. He thought that would make him happier to be in that glitz and that glam of J-Lo. And he went back for a second helping and realized, fuck, it's me. I'm just having a midlife crisis. I guarantee you, if he could pull the lever, go back in time and get back with Jennifer Gardner, he would do it. He's a lost puppy. But the last thing he needs to do is be with her ass, which good for him, he's leaving. And she don't need to be with him. He's a mentally small, lost puppy who never should have left his wife. She don't need to be with him. She had a good match in A-Rod. Those two were good together. A-Rod likes all that glitz and glamour and fake bullshit and all that shallow living. He liked all that too.
He left her too.
Well, maybe again.
Well, he got tired of missionary with Jennifer Gardner.
What? No,
He got tired of missionary.
Well, that's fine.
Like, it's only so much missionary a man can
one day
take.
you wake up and you're 60 and you're alone and you miss the missionary. Believe me.
Yeah,
Thank God. It took me 3 girls to figure this shit out.
Oh, shit.
I've got a good balance.
Oh, shit.
Because I'm a little bit crazy. I'm a little nutty. I've come to grips with that. I've known that for a long time. I understand I'm a little bit nuts.
Local screwball.
To be with me, you're going to have to be a little bit
outgoing.
Let's use
that word.
But I also need balance in my life, you know? I've been with
yeah.
You've
been to both sides of the spectrum.
I've been with missionary only, and I've been with slap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh! And I realized,
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I went from one extreme to the other, and I can't do that.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ben Affleck, call me. I got advice for you. All right.
He did a great job as Phil Knight.
Oh, I like his movies.
Yeah.
He's fucked up personally, clearly. Needs to go get a balanced woman. J-Lo's too wild ass for him.
I remember J-Lo would pop up in the booth when A-Rod would be doing his play-by-play. Because remember, he was working with that other Latina young lady in the booth. J-Lo would just pop up at work. Hey, honey, I'm here to... I'm like, damn. What are you doing in the man's booth? I know you, J-Lo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She show up at the play-by-play, which helps the broadcast. Let's be clear.
What happened with her and Mark Anthony?
Let me tell you what Mark Anthony was. Mark Anthony was super uber talented, great music, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic dude. But if he couldn't sing, he's a 4. She was with Mark Anthony so her kids could be 100% Puerto Rican. She didn't want to fuck up the bloodline.
That's racist.
No, you don't. There's certain races that don't fuck up the bloodline. You don't fuck up the bloodline.
She's a nationalist. That's fine.
Yes.
Half America.
People were mad with Hulk Hogan when he was like, I don't want my daughter dating black guys. He didn't want to fuck up the bloodline. Don't make you racist.
You didn't get mad at Hulk Hogan for saying that?
No. I'm at the age where
sure.
Look, I'm at the age where I'm done trying to make you like black people. If you don't like black people, cool. Just let me know and I'll stay out the way.
All
like
right.
Hulk Hogan didn't want to fuck up the bloodline.
Okay.
J-Lo wanted her kids to be 100% Boricua. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Mark Anthony was a sperm donor.
Okay.
That dude's
that
dude's a
his heart.
strong 4.
He had to have known he wasn't going to be able to keep that tiger.
No.
Yeah.
He was a strong 4, but great, super talented, international megastar.
Mm-hmm.
But he just was to keep the bloodline pure.
Entertainment news brought to you by Empire Courier and Civil Process. You need some process serving? Get your ass over there and hit up my boys and my girl over at Empire Courier and Civil Process. If you need something delivered, served, some papers need to be served, some eviction notices got to be served, that's what Richard does. And if you can't find these folks, Terry will find them for y'all. Terry finds them, Richard serves them. That makes sense. They also do mobile notary.
Yes.
They work with a lot of attorneys. So I've said that before. So a lot of the people that hire Richard are attorneys, like these big offices. I got all this paperwork going everywhere. I need somebody to take this stuff for me, and that's what they do. All right. Got texted from Richard today. To any potential attorneys that are out there, maybe you already have a process server. They would be happy to take over overflow work. So Orlando, our guy Orlando Kell, he's got someone who does all this for him. But they were overwhelmed. Turns out people get divorced like a son of a bitch.
50%.
I know. That's a lot. So Orlando got overwhelmed. Orlando just recently hired Richard to be his backup.
Oh,
So he's
give me
kind of the
some. I didn't
Mariano
know that.
Rivera.
Give me some.
Yeah. So he's got a starter, but if he needs bullpen work, he goes to Richard. They're just saying that too. You don't have to just exclusively use them. If you need some help, like your current process server is overwhelmed, then call Richard and they'll take care of that. Also, Thunderdomers, if you've been in an accident, fender bender, dog bit you, bike wreck, whatever, personal injury, because Richard basically works and knows he knows every lawyer in town and works with a ton of them. If you need an attorney reference outside of, divorce, family law, any other kind of law, personal injury, whatever, Richard can help you out and give you advice on a good lawyer to hire. Maybe you're going to sue somebody. Maybe somebody hit you in traffic or whatever, So Richard knows them all, so hit him up. The number, 210-889-1643, 889-1643, or you can directly email Richard. It's RREmpire, as in Richard Ramos, RREmpire@mac.com, RREmpire@mac.com. Okay, what else today? We are 155 subscriptions away from 4,000. So LG had a good idea this morning.
Great idea.
I think we should reach out to the official studio sponsor,
Let's
Slackers.
do it now.
Let's do it now. Well, let's reach out to them right now on the show. We're getting ready to go do a podcast. So on Thursday the 20th of
Next
this
Thursday.
month, instead of the 9 to 10 podcast, we're going to do a 5 to 7 2-hour podcast live in the flesh at the North Star location of Slackers as they celebrate their 11th birthday. All right. Can we get a hold of the guys and see if we can't do a different show later on, maybe in July? I don't want to stack them.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
When we get to 4,000, why don't we have like a 90s night or something out at Slackers? We'll go out there and we'll play 90s tunes and talk about 90s shit.
And celebrate 4,000.
And you and I will do an in-house only podcast, an unplug where the mics are on, where we just kind of do a show up on a stage. Maybe we post it later on, a week later or something, but maybe a live exclusive live unplugged show only.
I think it's genius.
And have like a 90s night to celebrate our 4,000th subscriber. We're 155 subscribers away. You cannot tell me that we can't get 155 free subscribers between now and the next 2 weeks. Tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your kids, tell your neighbors, tell your aunties and your uncles and whoever you got to subscribe to our show. All right?
I'm going to let Frank. Frank listens every day. Frank, help the subscriptions out, and it's going to benefit you too.
We are our own marketing team, right?
We're everything.
Correct.
We're HR. We're maintenance.
Everything. Sure. Absolutely. So we need help from our current subscribers to get our subscriptions up.
So we can celebrate. Who doesn't want to do a 90s party, right?
Sounds awesome. Let's do that. All right. And I'm sure Slackers would let us. Well, they could even pick the location. We don't care. We'll go to the one they want. But for this particular show, as we celebrate the 11th birthday of the North Star location, we'll be at the North Star location on the 20th.
Next Thursday.
Shout out to a guy called Billy Morgan. We met him yesterday at Rudy's.
Gave him his booze.
And he bought us barbecue, which he did not have to do. And we gave him his free bottle of Still Lost in whiskey. He messaged me.
Billy.
He messaged me last night.
What'd he say?
Because we tweeted his picture to thank him. Somebody, a buddy of his saw that and texted him, dude, my mom knew immediately that was Mike T. We just got down here for a graduation, actually. They live in the Metro Sex.
Right.
And Billy replied, he has a podcast now on YouTube. I guess they remember me from my old days back in the Metro Sex. He has a podcast on YouTube with Rudy. You and your mom, if she can, should go and at least subscribe. It's free. You can support their show also by becoming a member on YouTube for just $6 a month. He's not on the radio anymore. And his buddy who lives in Dallas wrote, well, as soon as I give my mom that information, you best believe she's going to subscribe. Also, the next season, my son will be forced, so I expect us to go to a Spurs game. My son's going to force. Anyway, so Spurs. We just got 2 new Dallas-based subscribers signed up yesterday. Thanks to a guy who's already a subscriber telling his friends.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell the friend, and the friend's mama even subscribe.
Shout out to Mama Friend.
That's right. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free.
And then what's going to happen is you're going to subscribe, you're going to listen, you're going to be like, damn, I really like this. Hour ain't enough. Then you become a member.
Yeah, we could do a drink special. Adrian has a good point. We're throwing all this out without even asking.
We're producing
slackers.
on air.
That's okay. Like all subscribers yes, y'all are still Thunderdomers, but we really want you to be a subscribing Thunderdomer.
Yeah, for sure.
Show us that night at Slackers you've subscribed, and maybe we can do
some type of
$2
special.
off a beer
or whatever.
cocktail or something.
Now that's up in the air. We'll see what the Frank and Wally and Mikey say.
Yeah. We don't run the spot.
We don't run the place.
It's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
And if they say no, that's okay.
And it's a reason we get to listen to 90s music.
We can always do it somewhere else. That's okay if they say no. And then no harm, no foul.
Well, then we wear 90s outfits too, right?
Shit. Yes.
Take that.
You gonna wear like your jeans backwards?
That was crisscross.
Yeah. Maybe
that
a
was
FUBU shirt.
What does FUBU stand for? What's the acronym?
For us, by us. And we know who us is. I can't get away with that. Although it'd be funny. I don't want to get I don't want to be insensitive to the black man if I wear a FUBU shirt.
The biggest heist in FUBU history was LL Cool J's doing a commercial for Gap wearing a FUBU hat.
They didn't notice that?
Gap just like, it's just, we don't give a shit. It's some stupid commercial. He's rapping. He's rapping about Gap.
But he had a Gap shirt on or whatever?
He's rapping for Gap. It's a Gap commercial wearing a FUBU hat.
That's funny.
FUBU takes off.
Huh. How about that?
Yeah, I wore my pants backwards. It was my freshman year.
Maybe Nathan, okay, back to the Nathan's hot dog thing. Maybe they should stand the fuck down and be happy you got Joey Chestnut showing up to your shit every year because he gives y'all just as much hype as y'all give him.
Preach.
Just saying. Let him wear his FUBU hat while he eats y'all's hot dogs, so to speak. All right, just throwing that out there. All right, speaking of divorce.
What else happened?
For some reason, he waits till the Tuesday before the U.S. Open to announce that he's no longer getting a divorce. And this goes back, you know what? This goes back to Rory McIlroy. This goes back to what I was saying earlier about Ben Affleck, about how these rich, famous people just can't have a good thing. They got to shit on it. There's always something better. There's always greener grass. There's always somebody else. My life can always be better. So they shit on a great thing. Rory McIlroy has filed in court to dismiss a divorce.
So you got to go back to court for that?
Reconciled. Yeah, the lawyer, because they've already filed. He has reconciled, and so the court immediately dismissed the case. On the Tuesday before the U.S. Open, he was all in a good mood yesterday. He's gone 10 years without a major. He won 4 right off the bat when he broke out.
I remember.
He is now also in the last 6 months given up his leadership role that he had with the PGA. Remember, he was at war with the LIV.
Right.
That was a massive distraction. So he's going through a divorce. He's decided to become one of the spokesmen in the anti-LIV moment. He's now backed way off of that, reconciled with his wife. Watch, that motherfucker may win the U.S. Open this weekend. I'm just saying, mentality has so much to do, especially in golf. I bet you Rory finds a second run here. If he truly is happy that he's reconciled, and you don't have to worry about that LIV shit, just go out and play golf, man. Took care of your family scene. Decided politics are not for me. Just play golf. Watch. I bet he wins a major the next year.
He might. That's a great point. The problem with rich people, Mike, is when you're uber rich, your tolerance for anything that goes against what you got going on is low.
Yeah,
like true. I'm talking about uber rich. I'm not talking about the guy making I ain't talking about a guy making $250, $300 a year. That's still a lot of money. But when you're making 30, 40, 50 million a year, it's so easy to be like, I don't need this shit. That's the problem with the uber rich.
Right.
That's why they always go
famous.
Yeah, that's the problem that's why they're always splitting up. It's like, I don't need you.
Right.
But then get your shine box.
Most celebrities get tired of everything too.
Right.
Like Brad Pitt, he got married. I don't know why. He never should have married Angelina Jolie. He never should have been with Jennifer Aniston. He's girl to girl to girl. He's Brad Pitt. He wakes up after about 2 months. He's like,
Rolls over.
Hey, I appreciate all the sex and the good times and stuff. You're cool, but I'm Brad Pitt. You need to get the fuck out. That's the way he does. Leo DiCaprio's the same. Lifelong bachelor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, supermodel of the month. Appreciate the Hummers. Thanks for letting me hook up with your buddy too. That's fun. But I'm Leo DiCaprio. Get the fuck out. And that's
Leo's
fine
a
for
dog.
them. Big time. And that's who he is.
He's single though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Forever. I just think guys like Rory McIlroy, Ben Affleck, they're not cut the way that Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio are cut. You know what I mean?
Fair.
They try to, I got fame and fortune. I'm going to act like it. Oh, I got burned. Now I got nothing. And
He friend zoned Bezos' girl the other night.
I got
at a party.
$50 million in the bank and I'm sad. I ain't got, fucking, then stop tolerating things you don't want to. Don't quit doing things that you're not
Money
cut
don't
out to
solve
do.
all your problems.
That's correct. I know. I understand.
Anywho.
That's right. Anywho. All right. It's Ribaldo Realty Group, the official real estate agent of this show. He's offering us. By the way, he's fine with all of the Filipino jokes, although I've been told to inform LG that they don't use gongs in the Philippines. He knows that, Jay. He's being an ass, and every time you mention it, he's going to gong, so let's try to forget about it.
He's going to gong. Gong's going to gong.
If you are in the market to jump into the real estate scene in this city, whether you're looking to sell a house or buy one, not having the right agent, then it's all going to be, the whole process is going to be crippled and suck. You're going to wind up with way bigger headache than you need to. The most important decision you'll make when you get into real estate is the agent. If you don't have the right they're the quarterbacks of your football team.
Sure.
You ain't got the right quarterback. It don't matter if your linebackers are good. It don't matter if you got a good wide receiver. If you got Jay Cutler out there smoking cigarettes on the sideline, not giving a damn, y'all ain't going to go anywhere. If you want to go somewhere and not have as much headache in your buying experience, it is Jay Ribaldo. Hit him up. He's our realtor. He is 210-887-1081. 210-887-1081, or you can email Jay. It is jribaldo@kw.com, jribaldo@kw.com. One of my young man crushes, Joe Burrow, gave us an update on his status for the upcoming season after he tore his wrist all to hell. Mm-hmm. Had to miss a whole bunch more games. Burrow got a little scary yesterday. He's excited. He's confident he'll be ready to go by opening day. Probably missed a little training camp. He's going to take it easy in training camp.
As he should.
But he admitted that the injuries are stacking up, and they're starting to mess with him a little bit, and he can start to see his football mentality, his mortality, rather.
Right.
He's only been in the league how long? 5 years? And he's already
won the title in 2019, so this is fourth or fifth year.
He's missed a whole season with a knee, missed half last season with that wrist, and admits he's frustrated.
Well, he ain't Porzingis level, but I get it.
Says whenever the injuries start to stack up, your football mortality kind of comes into the back of your mind. So that's definitely something I've thought about and something I have to fight through. It's messed his head up.
Well, when you look at some of the greats, Peyton had these streaks where he wouldn't miss. Brady wouldn't miss. Eli, Brett Favre. Like the guys you looked up to don't miss games.
Right. And if you're going to be like those guys and he has the ability, you can't stop missing games. But, dude, when you play quarterback in the NFL, you're playing with the law of averages. Like I said yesterday, Patrick Mahomes is due for a catastrophic injury. They all get him. He just is. I bet you Pat misses games this year. Joe Burrow is the most talented how do I word this?
Yeah,
he's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen to have this many injuries this early, and it's unfortunate. Because he's a badass.
Is he a badass, or has he been surrounded by great talent? His going back to LSU,
or has
LSU
he never had an offensive line in Cincinnati worth of shit?
Yeah, LSU possibly the best college football team ever. Then you fall into Higgins and Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon, and like he's always had a bunch of talent around him. So
that's fine, but he still kicks ass on the field.
Okay, I'm just asking.
When he ain't hurt.
Just a question.
Care, that's my guy. That's my man.
Okay, I didn't know you had a crush on Joe.
I have a huge crush on him.
Okay, now I know, and knowing is half the battle.
No, but I'm going to keep it real on him. When he plays, he's fantastic. He's an all-pro level quarterback, you know. Tom Brady missed a whole season once.
Yeah, and they changed the rule for him, but after that, pretty long streak of
Peyton
not
had a
missing
bad neck
games.
for 5 years. The fact that Peyton was able to kind of bus drive his way to a
But
Super
that was
Bowl
at
in
the
Denver
end.
was a miracle.
That was at the end.
Yeah, but he couldn't even. Peyton could not look this way or like that. It was all like this. It was all. He was all one stiff neck, and still won a title. But I'm just saying, at some point, Mahomes is going to have to miss games. You just don't do.
He's got that bread.
Brett Favre is so rare.
He's got that bread.
He's also very lucky.
Because keep in mind, there's been a few times where Pat was Pat has missed games, but nothing catastrophic. Pat's the type that's going to go out there on one leg because he doesn't rely on athleticism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anywho.
But I just hate to see that he's a little bit. He's crestfallen. Joe Burrow. He's just kind of.
He's beat down.
He needs to. Yeah, he's beaten down by the injury. That's
you're
not
right.
his fault.
You're
at all.
right, though. Cincinnati's done an awful job of putting a good offensive line in front of him. I mean, remember the year he went to the Super Bowl? He was sacked more times in the playoffs than anyone in the history of the NFL playoffs.
Right.
And they still made it to the Super Bowl.
Remember Lyle Collins? The Cowboys. The Cowboys thought, I think he may be washed, and then they didn't. They let him go because they found this kid from Cibolo, Terrence Steele.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, Cincinnati's so hard up for offensive linemen, they throw about this bunch of money at Lyle Collins. He ain't been worth the shit in Cincinnati. He wasn't worth the shit. Is he even in the league? Is Collins an active player?
I don't know.
They've had nobody at offensive line. They're slowly starting to build the thing. They got a great coach, great quarterback, great skilled people, solid defense, shit offensive line, and that's what's held them back. And it's probably at least half to blame for all of his injuries, my man Joe Burrow. So here's to Joe Burrow. I got to get me a Burrow jersey. Yeah, I love Burrow. I'm getting less about teams, and I'm more about dudes.
I agree with that.
I like the Spurs. I like TCU, and everybody else. It's individual. We talk Cowboys because I have to, because I'm playing the hit. You don't in the 1960s. You didn't go 10 minutes without playing an Elvis song, no matter how overrated it might have been. Play Elvis.
James Brown, thief.
All right, what else today?
Culture vulture.
Have you seen AD's head yet, Mr. Singh?
He sent me a picture on Instagram, but it was one of those ones where you send it and then once you've clicked on it, it goes away. But I did see bald AD.
Good. Okay. Does he look
Yeah,
decent?
it was time for AD to come home. And when I say come home, I mean to the Bald Brethren delegation.
Yeah.
It was long overdue. He needed to come. I don't know who talked him into it. So childish. I don't know who finally talked him into it, but it was time for him to come on home.
Yeah, I'm sure he looks a lot better. That's Mr. Singh. I got to be careful. I'm not criticizing him.
I am. I'm not criticizing him. I'm just telling him he
Y'all
needed to come
have that
home.
relationship.
He needed to come home.
Well, congratulations on the decision to shave off that, whatever that was, that moss.
It's Sing, motherfucker.
Like I came home.
Remember back in the 80s, had like the little, I don't know, what was the little lead pen, and you could like put hairstyle on people and give them mustaches with a little like the ground up magnets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's old school toys. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I love those.
I don't know why I thought of that just now. I just did.
Anyway.
Texas Cheer Liquor.
I'm distancing.
Liquor store owning some bitch. Mr. Singh and all the family at Texas Cheer Liquor. Family owned and operated. All 7 of them. There are 6 in San Antonio proper. 1 up in Bernie. And at all of them, if you mention In the Building, you will get a 5% discount on all purchases, no matter what it is, on booze or smokes or food. They've got complimentary food, olives, cherries, cocktail mixers and shit.
Well, some of them
Coconut
have the like chamoy chips and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. And a couple of them still have the to-go margaritas.
Absolutely.
So no matter what it is you're going to purchase at Texas Cheer Liquor, it's all 5% off when you mention us at any of the 7 locations in and around our fair burg of San Anto, Texas.
San Anto.
Orale. Forgot to mention Rory McIlroy. My man John Rahm is not playing.
Why?
See what he's got?
What has he got? Gout?
I'm going to show you. I got chanclas on so I can show you. So what Rom's got, he's got this real nasty lesion in between this.
I can't
see
look
this
at your
pinky
feet.
toe right
no,
here?
I'm not
That
looking
one?
at your. I
And
hate.
then this toe
I hate
here?
man feet. I ain't looking at this.
What do
shit.
you mean? I'm trying to show you what's wrong. I'm reporting on sports right now. I'm doing my job. Let me do my job.
All right, go ahead. I'm letting you.
So John Rahm, for some reason, developed a lesion
What kind of lesion?
in between two toes.
Oh, that's athlete feet.
I don't know. I know. Did they not switch socks in Spain?
I don't know.
They need to change socks. Can't just turn them inside out, Big John. So right here between this pinky and this toe, he's got a lesion in between it, and it's gotten so bad it's become infected. He can't walk. He can't walk the course.
He needs to worry about losing his toe. He don't want to because you can't play golf without a pinky
He needs
toe.
to worry about dropping 25 pounds.
Oh, wait.
Fat.
You think so?
Yeah, he's overweight.
Yeah, he's a little
starting to catch up. So no John Rahm in the U.S.
That sucks.
That sucks.
I like that half swinging son of a bitch.
He's so damn big and powerful. I'm not saying he's got the lesion because he's fat. I'm saying he's fat. I'm just pointing out that he's overweight. Does it have anything to do with the lesion? Probably not. I just wanted to point that out because I'm an asshole.
My teenager would tell you stop fat shaming.
I'm from, you know what? Y'all quit being pussies and I'll quit fat shaming. Can we meet in the middle on that?
Who, the kiddos?
Yeah, these young generations are everything's offendable, and now we defend every weakness. You can't have a weakness because now you're shaming that person. Let's not I'm surprised I don't get thrown under the bus for making fun of people having a heroin addiction. That's a disease.
It is.
Don't heroin addicts
They're sick.
shame.
They're sick.
Oh, well, how far is this shit gonna go? Don't child pedophilia shame him.
No, that's
he has
too
an
far.
illness.
What state is it that's voted to?
Utah. I don't know.
The castrate people. Castrate molesters.
Was it Louisiana? It was in the SEC, I want to say.
Castrate molesters. That's one of the few things we've gotten right.
I proposed that. Now,
I'm down with that.
The prisoner has to request it. A judge can't hand that down as punishment. I'm for that.
Utah would be last.
I'm okay. Maybe not castration. Well, no, castration. Fuck it. I'm for castration. As I get older, I get more and more punishment man. I don't know what you call that. What's the word?
Oh no.
Authoritarian. You know.
Yeah, that
dictatorial.
There you go.
I don't fuck around with crimes. I don't fuck around with people who hurt children, man. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm for all the punishment necessary. I could be talked into the death penalty for child molesters and rapists. Shit.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. See, I've got the room. Anyway, John Rahm's fat, and the U.S. Open starts tomorrow.
And he's got bad feet. I didn't know that.
Who's your pick to win the Open?
Well, shit, Rory's in a good mood.
Rory's in a good place.
It ain't gonna be Tiger, but have you seen those greens? Those greens are diabolical. This is gonna be one of those tournaments where the players are complaining after the round. I love it when that happens because they look normal.
Mm-hmm.
Those greens are when I say awful, it's like there's no way to control the ball on the green. So this is gonna be a very, very low winning score at Pinehurst, is my prediction, because those greens are just brutal, even for the best in the world. Won't be Tiger.
No, it won't be Tiger. If it is Tiger, that'll be newsworthy, but it won't be him. I'll be watching him, though, till he's eliminated.
I just want to make the cut.
Mm-hmm.
So does the PGA, so they can get the ratings.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. We done.
I'm going home. Oh.
Unless you're a member.
You member.
We got members only coming up in 15 minutes. So make sure you
become
a member. Go to the YouTube page and hit join. And that'll take you to the membership link. All right. Love y'all hard. All you non-members, go get your shine box. You're done for the day. We'll see y'all back in here tomorrow, but you members, we'll see y'all in 15 minutes.
Cheap asses.
On In the Building.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.